Go ahead and share the story of this for sale by owner that you just sold that has turned into multiple deals. Like, when was the very first time you contacted them and how did that happen?
So I saw that she listed for sale by owner on Zillow in April of last year. And I called her. I was one of the first people who called her. Her ad had only been up for about an hour when I saw it. And she was very excited to receive a phone call. She said that she was very motivated to sell. But she was also a little bit closed too. She wouldn't give me motivation. She later revealed that she has a whole portfolio that she's looking to unload in the hot sellers market, but that didn't come until a while down the road after I built rapport. But when I first called her, we had a nice conversation. She said, "Hey, I'm at the property right now. If you want to come over, I'm getting it prepped because I'm planning to do an open house this weekend." This was my first listing appointment. So I took the opportunity. I prepared a CMA really quickly and drove over there and was at her place within an hour or two. I was shaking because I didn't know what to expect and I was really nervous. So I walked through the house with her, presented, and she was very open, but she was not keen on any commission, of course, because for sale by owner. So I didn't get the opportunity to list with her that time. However, she and I had a nice rapport. I added her to my database and since then put her on my weekly newsletter. So fast forward to September, she listed another house on Zillow again for sale by owner. And I showed up at her open house. I didn't reach out to her beforehand. I just showed up and I brought her a cheese Danish. I remember I was nervous and I was like, I should bring her something. I brought her a cheese Danish from Starbucks on the way there. And I walk up to her and I was like, "Hey, do you remember me?" And she was like, "You're a real estate agent, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I brought you a present." And and we went to the house and we had just a really light, joyful almost rapport, like old friends at that point. Because my newsletter is very personal and it's written by me. I don't copy anything for it. It's just like, "Hey, friends, thanks for, reading this newsletter. This is what's going on in real estate right now," kind of thing. So she almost felt like she knew me, I think, through that. So she ended up selling that property to Zillow. They were doing the iBuyer program. She applied for it. They super overpaid for it. And 2 months later, down the line, I got a random email from her, also in reply to a newsletter that she had gotten. This was the end of November. And her email said, "Hey, I'm listing a condo for sale by owner. Can you come over and price it with me?" I said, "Yes, of course, I'll be there tomorrow. What time?"
Yeah.
And I went and presented after she showed me around. And at first she didn't want to hear it. She was like, "Well, bring me a buyer." And I said, "Well, I can bring you a buyer, but keep in mind, I'm going to be looking out for the best interest of that buyer. So I'm going to negotiate the price. I'm going to negotiate terms. I'm going to negotiate repairs for that buyer. On the flip side, if you have me representing you on the sale, I would be representing your best interest. So I'd be looking out for your bottom line. Do you think that that would be better for you, or I can just go ahead and bring you a buyer? What do you think would be best for your bottom line scenario?" And she just stared at me and she was like, 6%. And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so we had the listing up the next week and it sold quickly. She was really happy. I think 55,000 above asking, I want to say. And come to find out, about a month after that, she had another listing that she was getting prepared. She has 15 properties in a portfolio in San Diego. She's looking to unload them all. We ended up selling her most recent listing, went for 115,000 above asking over the course of 6 days. We got 34 offers. She's really excited, and she's confided that she's not going to be doing for sale by owner anymore. She's like, I just hadn't found the correct agent.
So just from her, she has 15 properties that she's looking to sell.
Exactly.
And so far, you have sold 2 of those.
I've sold 2. We're prepping her third with me, and she sold 2 on her own.